welcome to another thrilling edition of PremierTwo. My name is Peter. Thank you for joining me on a brutally hot day in Tokyo, Japan. Got a great show for you planned. That's not true. I have not planned anything, but I know it's gonna be good. All teachers are good at winging it. Of course, you thought we actually made lesson plans for you guys?
Come on!
You know how much reading is gonna be in this game? It's investigative journalism. It's courtroom drama. The good news is I think that I can get away with using just my voice for Phoenix Wright. I don't think he has a particularly, deep voice. An old noir detective? You want me to do a New York accent, huh? You think he talks like Inspector Gadget, huh? Hold it! Capcom has sponsored and asked me to tell you about their new game, the Ace Attorney Investigations Collection, featuring my rival and best friend, Miles Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth's 2 grand investigation, together in one complete collection. The original Ace prosecutor makes his triumphant return, bigger and better than ever before. A whole new graphics update featuring silky smooth animations. Objection! Actually, Phoenix Wright, I prefer to have the original graphics. And what if English isn't my preferred language? Lucky for you, the pixel art style is also fully available. You can inspect every nook and cranny in full HD. And with 6 additional languages, you'll have no trouble finding the one that best suits you, including all new voice dubs. 2 full games available for you in one package. Run, don't walk, and pick up your copy of the Ace Attorney Investigations Collection today. Oh, and don't forget to use my link in the description below. Take that! Maybe I should switch to the suit today. And maybe we do need the green screen back. That is Mario. It's my old teaching tights. A student gave it to me back in God knows when. Gave my hair a little comb. Now we gotta check the green screen. We can make this a little bit better. Hold on a minute. Nope. Ah!
Come to Tabata. Yokoso de gozaimasu.
Episode 1. The first turnabout. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this! I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it.
August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 2.
Boy, am I nervous. Right! Oh! Hiya, Chief. Woo, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I really want to help him. I owe him that much. Oh, dude, it's over! My life, dude! Everything! It's all over, dude! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Oh, death, dudes! Oh, despair! Oh, I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Oh, Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence, dude. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over, man. I'm finished. I'm finished. I can't live in a world without her, dude. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her, Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself into trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do.
August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. A court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
The prosecution is, ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous.
Your conduct this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, handshaking, eyesight fading.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case.
The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor.
Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name?
I know this one. Glad I read over my case report cover to cover. So many times. Mia Fey, chief attorney at Fey & Co. My boss, and a very good defense attorney. The defendant in the case, a likable guy who's been my friend since grade school. Cindy Stone, the victim in this case, a model. She lived in an apartment by herself. Winston Payne, the prosecutor for this case, lacks presence. Generally bad at getting his points across. It's, wait. No way! I forgot! I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure that you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name. Oh, yeah, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. Just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you.
Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case?
Cinder Block. The victim's name is Cindy Stone.
Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was...
She was struck once by a blunt object.
Correct. You've answered all of my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Well then, first, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was this statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see, and the court accepts it into evidence.
Added to the court record, a statue in the shape of the thinker. It's rather heavy.
Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready.
Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate.
Oh, God. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad.
Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently, dumped you? Oh, dude! Whoa, watch it, buddy! Oh, we were great together, man. We were like Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony.
Did they all die?
Oh, I wasn't dumped, dude. She just, wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me ever. Oh, what's it to you anyway, dude? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by being dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. Oh, what do you mean, one of them, dude? Lies! Okay, all of it lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport, according to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. The passport has been added to the court record. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on July 30th, the day before the murder.
Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Oh, dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several, sugar daddies. Where are you guys at saying, caught? Oh, daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who give her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Oh, dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone is. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her, now?
Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question.
Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth into all the wrong directions. Should I stop him from answering? My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to the case. Oh, dude, Nick, what do you mean, irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna, drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy, this is not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder. Did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did. And maybe I didn't.
Oh, God. He went! What do I do?
I'm gonna have him answer honestly.
I know. I'll send him a signal. Yeah. I was there. I went.
I need order. Well, Mr. Butts,
Oh, dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. He has a really high-pitched voice, I guess. He's not so nerd. He's like a whiny little kobold. Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
he's lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove that Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies the matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor. Oh, this is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawhit to the stand. Mr. Sawhit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is that correct? Oh yes. Newspapers, yeah.
Mr. Sawhit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
Witness testimony. I love this song. Yeah, right. I was going door to door, selling subscriptions, when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't the phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawhit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. I gotta take a look at that. Okay. The blackout record. Electricity to Mrs. Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime.
Now, Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
you may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination, Your Honor. All right, Wright, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Well, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do you... You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with tab, then point out contradictions in the testimony.
I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment.
Okay, let's look at our... Wait.
Objection! This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in your statement, Your Honor.
How exactly does that evidence and the statement just now related?
They aren't. Are they?
Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making wild accusations.
Okay, I don't think that won me any points with the judge.
I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside.
But wait, he said that he checked the phone.
I thought to call the police immediately. However, I found the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m.
Objection! She died somewhere between 4 and 5 p.m. The one who really committed the crime was you. Objection! You found the body at 1 p.m., you're sure?
Yes, it was 1 p.m. For certain.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy report notes the time of death at somewhere after 4 p.m. There was nobody no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Objection! This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Saw It. Why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question.
Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart.
Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again?
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess that the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about that misunderstanding.
I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. Cross-examination. The time of discovery.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television.
Wait a minute. There was a blackout from noon to 6 p.m. on that day. Objection! 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 Hold it right there! The prosecution has said that there was a blackout at the time of the discovery, and this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video.
The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawyer?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Well, wait. I remember now.
Mr. Sawyer, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Sawyer. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Gladly. Hearing the time.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
Objection! Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock?
You with your objections and your evidence. Who do you think you are?
Just answer the question, Mr. Sawyer.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne?
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now?
Yes, Your Honor. There is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction.
Indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because tell me, isn't it true that you knew the victim? In fact, you were one of her sugar daddies. Be frank with us, Mr. Sawyer.
Frank? I'm always frank.
Your Honor, we have complete records of the victim's relationships. Mr. Frank Sawyer does not appear anywhere.
Huh? Oh, really?
Please, Mr. Wright, is the best response you can muster up? Try to refrain from making off-the-cuff accusations in the future.
Yes, Your Honor. Let me think this over. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the... You're lying! Got a little ahead of myself. I'm connecting all my dots a little too early. You were inside the apartment the day of the murder.
Yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there.
I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard.
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. saw it. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. Objection! Well, what's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face.
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never. Look, the clock. I heard, no, I mean, I saw. Ah! Shut up! I hate you! It was him. I tell you, I saw him. He killed her, and then he should burn! Give him the death.
Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright,
Your Honor.
you claim that the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence?
The whole case is riding on this. I better think through it carefully.
Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sawit heard was definitely from this clock. A fact which is clear. If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. Let's sound the clock now, here, in this courtroom. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25.
Well, that certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker. Maybe it was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I think it's 8:25.
Well, he is the thinker after all.
So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is right now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one.
You forgot one little thing. What's she talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case.
Ha! He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it! I was so close.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawyer.
I came all the way down here to testify, and look what happens! You treat me like a criminal. A criminal? You lawyers are all slime!
I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now.
Not so fast, Mr. Sawyer.
Chief.
Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think.
But, Chief, it's Jover. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that.
Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you still can't win. Try thinking outside the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you'll have proof. Right? Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes!
Wait! Maybe I can prove it!
You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt.
Oh, though, tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
Well, let's see what this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow.
The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30 the day before the murder. She took her lucky clock all the way to Paris and brought it back, and it was still on Paris time. Take that! Take that! The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawyer, or should I say, Mr. Did It! He died of cringe, just like the dude.
Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness?
Well, he was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Oh, very well. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. I
have to say, I am impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. And with that, this court is adjourned.
It turns out that Frank Sawyer was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawyer let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawyer grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find.
August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Oh, wow, man. Still can't believe we won. Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy before. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. Oh, dude! Oh, my life is over! Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Oh, don't worry about me, dude. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean bad. Bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. Oh, but my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Oh, God. Never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Oh, Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Oh, thanks. Oh, I really owe you one. Oh, I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. No, I couldn't. Oh, hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey, dude. Oh, here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Oh, actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Oh, yo, Nick. Can you believe it, dude? Oh, I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Oh, don't that just make you want to cry? Larry, are you so sure? Oh, excuse me? Baking powder? Pardon? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Oh, nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me, okay? I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Right. Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Yes, right. Oh, what the heck is she talking about? I think it's the clock that she took it with her, right? She took it with her to Paris. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock that you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Oh, whatever, man. She probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Huh? Well, make of it what you will. Hey. Oh, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave Mia." I didn't know it then. That clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Hey, hold it! I want to say thank you to everyone who followed the channel, gifted a sub. Thank you to the moderation team. I knew that you guys would pull in full. Take care, everybody. Have a great night, and I'll see you next time. And I hope you had fun.